So on today's episode, we're actually going to talk about a future project of mine, or one of my projects. And I'll go ahead and present to you the Porterbuilt Dropmember. A lot of you may not know that this even exists. It is a Porterbuilt Dropmember for a 61 to 64 F100. Porterbuilt's a company that primarily does a lot of C10s, and they created a cross member they call the Dropmember that actually allows you to fully lay the truck out on a 28-inch tall tire, which is basically like a 22. So they've been very popular in the truck aftermarket industry. I just wanted to showcase and talk about one major thing that I really like about it is it actually gives you frame rails. Now, I'm pretty sure the reason they give you frame rails is because the factory F100 has a straight axle or a twin I-beam, and the rails are straight. So if you were to just put the cross member, any cross member directly up to it, there'll probably be a lot of heavy fabrication and welding required. I did also notice that a lot of times when you do buy a truck, someone's already done something to it, you know, some sort of front end, so you can't use, you got to cut it all up anyway. So I really like that they provide you frame rails from the cab forward. Really nice 3/16 plate, all laser, and got these robot MIG welds. So this is pretty much designed to be all bolted, as you can see here, that these actually slide over the frame rails and gets bolted in. And that's one of the beauties of the Dropmember for the C10s is it's a bolt-in ordeal. So that's really nice. But just want to showcase a little bit about this and see some nice heavy-duty tubular control arms. Pull this guy out and kind of show you. I mean, these things are pretty damn stout, pretty beefy. There's your lower there. There's your upper, nice machined piece. Do a little bit of caster adjustment there. There's your upper bag mount here. That'll just kind of bolt up. These are the shock mounts. They'll probably, that's right, they're gonna attach over here. Got a nice heavy-duty sway bar. It's built around C10 ball joints, which allows you to use a C10 drop spindle. There's tons of these products available on the market for C10, and since they primarily dealt with C10s, it's not a bad thing that they kind of are able to reuse some of their components. So I am going to be getting I believe I got this for a 63 to 70, so I will be getting a drop spindle, which I just found out Wilwood makes one. So I'm going to go ahead and get a Wilwood drop spindle. And then I did have to do a little bit of research and figure out what hub I want to use. And the only reason I had to configure, because they sell all the shit for C10, is that I want to use a 5x4.5 bolt pattern. And the reason I want to do that is because I like running my Japanese wheels, which are a 5x114.3 bolt pattern. So you get a bunch of hardware, nice stuff. Here's your ball joints, all grade A hardware. This is your steering kit, bump steer kit here. There's some nice rod ends. The frame rails actually narrow in a little bit, which allows you to kind of have a narrow track width, so you can run big wheels and you can turn low. I do run a Crown Vic on the, my 63 right now. Even with the Fat Man arms, it's still too wide. It's served me very well for the time, but I have 20s that I want to put on it, and I want to be, barely off the ground and be able to turn and not have to worry about any kind of rubbing or any issues like that. So this stuff is already developed. It's ready to go. It's one of the reasons why I went with it. Yeah, I could probably make my own. I'm highly capable of it, but time versus money and, development. That's why I went with that. This is like the first step in that direction. Yeah, so I think that's about it. Thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all the above, all the fun stuff. You can find me on all the social media platforms, such as Welding. And thank you again, and have a great night.